Welcome back, my name is Stephen Howson, and today I'm going to do a video where we look at some academy players that could actually feature for Manchester United before the end of this season. This isn't ones we're talking about next season, we're talking about the next 6 or 7 weeks. With United being out of all the cups, if Champions League becomes mathematically impossible, I think you have a duty to see if these lads can sink or swim. And I think there's a very real chance that you can do that. There might even be a chance that we see some of them. We're 1 or 2 injuries away from a bit of a crisis, and some of these players play in the positions we've got crisis in. So it's not out of the realm of possibility to see them even in pivotal games. So let's get into it then. 5 players that we might see before the end of the season from the academy. In at number 1 then, Hannibal Mayberry. Central midfield, Tunisian, 19 years of age, has just been named in the goal Next Gen Top 50 Teenage Talents. He's made his debut already and represented his country. I think that makes it easier for Hannibal to start playing more regularly from now on. Very, very skillful, very, very confident player, very good passing range, very technical footballer, always taking very good pictures of the play around him, exceptional vision. The fact that United paid 10 million for a child, essentially, just shows you how much the club rate him. And there will be pressure internally, politically, coming down and asking for that to be realised. Are we going to see our money's worth? This is a player that internally people will have staked their reputations on him being a success. So there's going to be some demand that if you would like to keep getting those transfer fees to bring young players in, people involved in the academy, then you're going to have to prove that you can make one work when we've done it. So I think Hannibal Mayberry's got a real good chance of being one of those that pops through and gets minutes before the end of the season. Next one then, someone that really burst onto the scene in the Youth League 4 years ago now, at just 14 years of age, the youngest player to ever play in the Youth League, and that's Shola Shora. Winger, English, 18 years of age now, also been named in the Next Gen 50 Top Teenage Talents. Also has already made his debut. Does that give him a better chance of playing again? He's a lot smaller than everybody else on this list, and that might come against him. The under-23 coach, Neil Young, has mentioned that he's extremely technical. He's got 6 goals and 7 assists in 18 games so far this season. We know he's a tricky little winger that's got exceptional dribbling abilities. Has he got enough to be able to force his way into the first team? I think he's more on the unlikely side, but he's definitely one that I think with all the credentials around him that you could end up seeing, certainly getting a couple of minutes off the bench, perhaps in a game that's already done and dusted. Number 3 then, this is a kid that's got a lot of headlines this week. Alejandro Garnacho, 17 years of age, Spanish-Argentinian. Argentina have called him up to the first men's squad. We saw him taking pictures with Messi. We're seeing all sorts of other social media posts coming out from him. He's obviously enjoying his time away with the Argentinian full men's national side. Will be a lot more familiar than he was recently because of his performance in the FA Youth Cup semi-final, where he was sensational. He's played a key role in that cup run, 5 goals and 3 assists in just 5 games. He's a very fast winger with exceptional finishing. Clearly high on confidence. He's doing Ronaldo's celebration after scoring goals at Old Trafford. He's also now going training out there with Lionel Messi. This kid could honestly go and do anything. There are older wingers that are ahead of him, but I think his physical stature, I mean, he's a big boy, could see him, with the international call-up, could see him given some minutes to show that Manchester United are serious about keeping hold of and developing this kid, because he will have no shortage of suitors should he go, actually, I'm going to start playing the field a little bit. In number 4 then is Zidane Iqbal, an attacking midfielder, Iraqi nationality, Pakistani heritage as well. Currently away with the Iraq national team, doing bits with them, very highly rated, very technical midfielder, a little bit more advanced, a little bit more attacking, maybe needs to look at adapting his position to become a bit more box-to-box, rugged number 8, or even a deep-line playmaker. Anyone that's coming through as a 10 is going to struggle, because it's a position that you've got to be exceptional in, and I'm talking exceptional, like you're talking your Baggio, your Zidane sort of level of player, for people to start moving their formation around, because most formations don't really like to have a number 10. They like to have more productive players in there. But Zidane could do it, and he could play in a number of positions. I think he'd be very good as an 8. I think he'd be very good as a number 6 as well. Very skillful, loves beating a man, good finishing on him. 2 caps under his belt so far for Iraq. He is away at the moment, so he could have picked up another one by the time this comes out. Good experience for him. Also made his Manchester United debut in the Champions League along with Charlie Savage. Again, very, very strong potential with Zidane about where he could end up in the game. Now, here's a bit of an interesting one for you. For my number 5, I'm going to give an honourable mention and then give my actual number 5. So there's actually 6 players that we're going to be talking about here. All of United's very good centre-halves are out on loan. Deschamps Bernard, Ted and Mengi. But one name that you might not have heard so much about is Will Fish. Now, he's currently on loan at Stockport County, and I think you'll hear more of him next season. He's either going to go out on loan again next season, or he could be a big part of the under-23s next season. He could get some minutes, I think, next season. He's already made his debut for United, getting a few minutes on the last day of the season against Wolves in 2021. He's a very, very good centre-half, a really mature centre-half, a very, very good technical player, and one that I think United have got their eye on really doing something. A proper leader, real good character about the kid. But because he's on loan, I don't think you will see him. I just thought he was worth a mention because we've not really spoke about him too much. The other one's Drolsden's finest. Someone that's an absolute goal machine, and that's Charlie McNeil. 13 goals, 4 assists so far this season, 25 games, 5 goals, 2 assists in 5 in the Youth Cup. Since 2018, he's scored almost 40 goals for United City Academies, 600 goals in total at youth level. He's really, really highly rated by everybody. Cavani's barely available. If Ronaldo takes a knock, there's every chance this kid ends up on the bench. And if he ends up on the bench, he's only someone pulling up away from getting his debut. I think that he should get a first-team debut this season. Maybe they'll wait until after the Youth Cup. Maybe they'll give him one before the Youth Cup to give him a bit of a boost and a bit of confidence. This is a striker that's clinical. Very much in the James Wilson mould, and James Wilson's career didn't work out because of injuries. So far, Charlie's been lucky with injuries. If he stays lucky with injuries, he could have the career that James Wilson should have had. But they're quite similar in terms of they're just absolute goal machines. James Wilson's one of the best finishers I've ever seen coming through the academy, and just injuries, just couldn't get through injuries. Same with Will Keane, just couldn't get over them. Charlie at the moment looks like he's not going down that same route as them. It'd be nice for a United youngster to kick through, especially one from Drolsden. And I think the fragility of everyone in our forward line, he's got a real opportunity. If he gets it, he needs to take it. And I think there's a very good chance he takes it because he's took every opportunity he's had so far. That's who I think anyway. Is there anyone you think I've missed? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Laters. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.